Today is Tuesday, November 23rd, and today I did back squats and overhead press. Same rep scheme, rep set scheme as the previous weeks. 4 sets of 5 on the back squat, and then 3 sets of 5 on the overhead press, followed by some just light accessory work, Bulgarian split squats, and banded hamstring curls. But pretty straightforward day. With the back squats and the overhead press, I went up 10 pounds. But it seems as though I'm reaching sort of my cap, at least for the time being, because with 325, I struggled quite a bit. And I think, again, similar to last week, the videos are not representative of how they actually felt. Like, I feel like they move and look decently okay on video, but it felt very, very hard as I was doing them. It might have to do with the fact that I'm not wearing sleeves. I honestly don't really know how much that affects me, but I imagine it's a combination of that and obviously just having lost strength over the last several weeks. It can't just be that, obviously. I suspect my strength will return in not too long. I don't know what the exact timeline might look like, but I don't suspect it'll take that long. But in any case, it would be unfair to say that my strength is still 100% there. So certainly a combination of both. Potentially also another factor is that I'm wearing my hook grip belt instead of my really thick Inzer belt, just because I didn't want to bring it all the way home. But I don't think that's I think that's pretty low on the list of things that could affect this, or that sort of led to these squats being really heavy. But yeah, I think, several hours after my session is usually when I record these, and it's the same case for today. And I was worried about how my lower back might handle the weight here with this back squat. I thought maybe it might flare something up, but hasn't so far. Really no issues. I really was before every set, I was like, oh man, I hope I don't screw something up. But I think that's a natural fear, given that I'm approaching weights that I'm actually struggling with quite a bit now. But in any case, I think I'm fine. I think I should be fine. But in any case, back squats were certainly hard, but doesn't look too bad, I don't think. There are some reps here and there, like that one, where I sort of shift a lot laterally, and there's a lot of unneeded movement. But I think the most important thing is just getting these reps in. I think that's number one thing in terms of list of things of importance, I guess. Long-winded way of saying me just doing the work is the most important thing right now, which I was able to do. But I think I'll talk to Aaron about sort of how we can, or if we even should adjust the course moving forward. And then moved on to overhead press, and actually pretty similar situation. Although I think how much I struggle is a little bit more visible with these overhead presses. I bumped up 10 pounds from last week, from 135 to 145, or belt. And in this case, there's nothing really different about how I've set up for these overhead presses compared to when I was in shape, as in terms of equipment. I'm wearing the same hook grip belt, and then that's the only thing that really affects performance with the overhead presses. So that just means the overhead press, me struggling at 145 is just a matter of me having lost strength with the overhead press. But again, I suspect my strength will come along soon enough. But yeah, these overhead presses were pretty difficult. So again, I was also a little bit worried about my lower back here too, because of how much I sort of have to lean back at the beginning of the push, I guess, the initial the ascent. But again, I'm completely fine now, so not too worried now. But yeah, nothing really else to comment on here, I guess, other than I'm sort of following the same idea of intentionally not leaning back too far, just because of how it might affect my lower back. But other than that, yeah, just pretty simple. Both of these were hard, both the overhead press and the back squat. So there will probably be some sort of change in the rep set scheme for next week to adjust for the fact that I'm like at max effort with both of these, but maybe not so much the back squats, but definitely the overhead press. But yeah, and then finished off with some accessories and then called it a day.